Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. I do have a little bit of a sore throat, so if you think I sound funny, I do. We're going to talk about Christine and Kody's marriage coming to an end. The season premiere of Sister Wives is next week, and in an upcoming clip, we got to see the two discuss their problems in their marriage. And one thing that Kody said that was kind of shocking to me is that a problem that he took with Christine is that she did not parent Robyn's other children. And that was one of the reasons that he really struggled to have a relationship with Christine, because she would not parent Robyn's children. He says that she was not a good sister wife to the other sister wives. So let's go ahead, let's break it down. Let's get into it, you guys. So the Ashley's Reality Roundup also put up an article about this, and I'm kind of going off this as well. So Sister Wives returns next week. We're going to get to see the unraveling of Kody Brown's marriage to Christina Brown. Christine Brown. Really quick, I do want to clarify, because anytime I do videos about Christine Brown and Kody Brown, or Mary and Kody, or Janelle and Kody, I'm always corrected in the comment section like, he's not married to them, it's not a legal marriage. Yes, we understand that. They have a spiritual marriage, or they had a spiritual marriage. He is only legally married to Robyn Brown. The rest, Mary, Janelle, and Christine, they were spiritual marriages. So now they're spiritually divorced, him and Christine. So what we're going to get to see, it starts next week, is we're going to get to see the breakdown of their spiritual marriage kind of unravel, and the discussions that they have leading up to that happening. So Kody and Christine announced the end of their marriage in November of 2021. They were spiritually married for more than 25 years. And when Christine left, she left Kody, she left the other wives, Mary, Janelle, and Robyn, and she moved back to Utah with her and Kody's youngest daughter, Truly. I do want to say, though, while she left Mary, Robyn, and Janelle, her and Janelle are super close. If you follow her on any of her social media accounts, like Instagram, you see that she's like hanging out with Janelle all the time. So maybe she left Janelle as far as that, but she still has a close relationship with Janelle. Now, she does not have a close relationship with Robyn or Mary from the way that it seems, but I wouldn't either. If I was her, I definitely wouldn't. So, in a clip from the upcoming season, Christine and Kody sit down for a conversation about their failed spiritual marriage, during which Christine says that being married to Kody had been a heartache, which is very sad to hear. Like 25 years down the drain, the last few years, she was just heartbroken the whole time. So she says, it's been painful because I've tried for so long to be what you needed. I did everything that I could to make it so you would want to be around me. I tried so hard. That's very sad to hear, like, a woman like in her 50s. By the way, she looks so good. She seems so happy. She's like glowing ever since she left. You really can tell that she's much happier after she left. A woman that's been spiritually married to this man for 25 years, for her to break down saying, like, I did everything that I could. Like, I went out of my way to try to make you want to be around me, and it didn't work. Like, you still didn't want to be around me. So in response, Kody tells Christine that she did everything except be a good sister wife. He said that she did not treat the other sister wives with kindness and respect. And I know that we don't see everything that's going on behind the scenes, but Christine does not look like one of the ones that would be petty and be disrespectful like Robyn kind of does to me. I don't know. That's just my take. She seems like she would be the one to kind of be sneaky and like make comments that you really didn't know which way she meant them for, like not Christine in my opinion, but I don't know. Now Christine replies saying, I don't know what you mean by that. She's shocked. Like, what? You're telling me that one of the issues that you took with me is that I was not kind to the other sister wives? I'm shocked, right? So when speaking to the camera, Kody argues that his heart has been broken for years due to Christine's complaints and hatred of plural marriage. Now, from what I understand, she did not have a dislike for plural marriage until like Robyn came into the picture, and like a little bit after Robyn came into the picture. And from the way that it seems, it's because when Robyn came into the picture, Kody very clearly showed favoritism to her. Like before Robyn came into the picture, it was Mary, Janelle, and Christine. They all lived in a house together. They all had their own little sections of the house. Things went well. Christine was the woman that stayed at home and raised all the kids, while Janelle and Mary had like 9-to-5 jobs. Like, everything ran what seemed to be smoothly before Robyn came into the picture. She seemed happy. She got along with the other sister wives. She kept all the kids. I mean, she literally had like 10 plus kids at sometimes because she was that stay-at-home mom. They kept all the children. I mean, the children that weren't biologically hers, they were Mary's, they were Janelle's, but they were her children's siblings because they were also Cody's, right? So she did that. She stayed at home and she tended to the kids, sometimes literally 10 or more kids. So she did a lot. But Kody says that she was unwilling to do that with Robyn's kids. He says, here's the thing. Christine was great at being willing to mother Janelle's kids, okay? But she was never willing to be a mother or to be a good mother to Robyn's kids. I'm sorry, but like, by the time she comes into the family and you start showing her favoritism and things really, the dynamic changes, you guys are no longer living together, you seem to be spending more time with her. Now she's having babies. And keep in mind, Robyn brought in 3 children into their family that was not Kody's children. These were not his biological children. He did end up adopting those children. But all of the other children that Christine took care of were her children's biological half siblings. And Robyn's children that she's bringing in, they're not. So more than likely, you know, when Christine seen this shift and that Kody was showing favoritisms to Robyn, she may not have felt like mothering Robyn's children just so you and Robyn could be off having a grand old time. And she's at home raising kids that are not even biologically related to any of you guys, you know? So he basically says, like, oh, she was great. She was great when she was staying at home, raising Janelle's kids, raising, you know, our kids that we have together while I was off doing whatever, spending time with all the other wives. She was great then. But when I brought Robyn into the mix and she would not parent Robyn's kids, that's when I took an issue. That to me was the problem, is that she was not showing kindness to Robyn because she wasn't mothering Robyn's children. Now, Robyn, like I said, brought in 3 children, and then after her and Kody got married, she had 2 more children. In another clip, Kody and Christine's conversation, they discussed the lack of intimacy in their relationship. Now, this was something that we heard last season right at the end. When Christine says, I've made the decision, I'm out, like I'm out of it. And she says one thing that led her to that is that she asked Kody about intimacy, if they were ever going to be intimate again, because they had not been intimate in a long time. Nothing, like so much as hold hands, kiss, nothing, no intimacy. She asked him, you know, what's the deal with that? And he said, no more. I'm done with it. I'm not going to be intimate with you. So they discussed this on the upcoming season, and we get to see a clip. And in the discussion, Kody tells her that he never made those comments, that he never straight up said, I'm not going to be intimate with you anymore. And he said that basically what happened is that he shrugged his shoulders when Christine asked him. When Christine said, what about the intimacy? Is that over with? Are we ever going to be intimate again? He shrugged his shoulders. I don't know, but if I was Christine, I would kind of take that as a hint to like, yeah, he don't want to be intimate with me anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, he claims he didn't say that. He shrugged his shoulders. Christine then says, you literally said you were not attracted to me. Kody claims that he did not use those specific words, but if he said anything like that, you shrug your shoulders when your wife asks you if you're going to be intimate, and then you make any statement, even somewhat close to saying you're not attracted to her, then yeah, she's going to assume that the intimacy is over, and she's going to be mad. She's going to be upset. She's going to be hurt, right? But he says he never used those exact words. And then he says, listen, I don't want to be confrontational here. She has been telling family members that she was wanting to leave me. And we're talking, like, I think over a year ago. She'd been telling everybody that she was going to leave me, but she never told me. She never talked to me about that. So this is another issue that Kody points out in this, like, little confessional that him and Christine are doing together, is that he did not want to be intimate with someone who had been talking to the other family members saying that she was going to leave. And she had been discussing this for, like, a year or more, and it never went to him with it. He says, so when she says that she asked me if we were ever going to be intimate, I'm hearing rumors from everybody that she's been threatening to leave. She hasn't been talking to me, so I shrugged my shoulders because I'm not going to be fooling around with a woman who's talking about leaving me. I don't like the way he said that. Like, I'm not going to be fooling around with a woman. She's your spiritual wife. You have kids with her. You've been with her for 25 years. So maybe if you heard this, like maybe if you heard it, I mean, of course, maybe Christine should have come to him and said, listen, I'm not happy. Like, I've really been considering leaving, which I do remember her saying she wants to go back to Utah, and him saying, is it to the point to where you're going to go, like, regardless? And she's like, I don't know, maybe. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely feel like she hinted it. She even kind of said it, like that it was a possibility she would go back to Utah with or without the family. But she could have went to him and said, listen, I'm not happy. I'm kind of thinking about leaving. This has been on my mind. But he also, once he heard the rumors, because somebody in the family is a snitch, he could have said, Christine, this is what I'm hearing. Like, what are you feeling? The communication there obviously was not what it needed to be, because neither one of them were able to communicate with each other their feelings. But I'm like, who's the snitch? Because, you know, they're sister wives. Obviously, they confide in each other when you have... That's one thing that I've always heard when it comes to these, like, polygamy families. Is one of the things is like, well, this isn't just a wife for my husband, but it's a best friend for me. When I'm irritated with the husband, I can go to her and she'll understand what I'm talking about or where I'm coming from. And we're going to be besties. So maybe Christine confided in Robyn or Mary. I don't think Janelle told, but I think it was probably Robyn or Mary. Maybe she confided in them saying, I think I'm going to leave. And then they ran back and told Kody. And in my opinion, I don't think that was appropriate. You know, listen to her, voice her grievances, and then maybe try to encourage her to discuss that with Kody. And if she never does, just be that listening ear that she knows she can trust. Because then her hearing, listen, I heard you said this behind the scenes, then she's going to know she can't trust you. And she's not going to feel like you're a good sister wife to her anymore, right? So as for Christine, she says she don't want to be married to a guy who's just going to shrug his shoulders when one of his wives asks him about intimacy and if they're going to be intimate anymore, if he's just going to shrug his shoulders and he can't even give like a good answer. Also, another reason that Christine has made sure that like the people know, the followers know, one of the big reasons that she made the decision to leave Kody was when he refused to go to Isabel's surgery. She had scoliosis really bad. It was to the point where she was in so much pain every day. And the doctors finally were able to schedule her surgery. Unfortunately, it was like in the middle of COVID. And Cody's like, I'm not going. So Christine had to tackle that by herself. She had to take her daughter to another state, go through the surgery, stay in that state for many weeks during this recovery. Kody was not there. And that's what really made her decide. First off, when he refused to come, she was like, I have no respect for him and I don't want to be with him. But then when she dealt with all this on her own, that's when she realized, I can do it on my own. So really him not going, like it came back to bite him in the butt in more ways than one. Because now his daughter's going to know that he wasn't there for her. And then that's what Christine needed to see, that she could tackle anything on her own if she could make it with, you know, Isabel and her surgery. So I thought this was interesting. I think this season's going to be interesting, really getting to see, unfortunately. Not that watching a marriage breakdown is a good thing, but we know that Christine's happier. Robyn's probably happier too, that she's got a little bit more Kody all to herself. So I'm going to be keeping up with this season. I'm going to be doing recaps, and the season premiere of Sister Wives airs Sundays. It's going to first come on September 11th. 10 p.m. 9 Central on TLC. So probably on Mondays, I'll do recaps. I'll probably do them live. If that's something you guys are interested in, do the recaps live. And then we can have like a little chitter chatter about it. After I give like the rundown, you guys let me know. Also, make sure you enter into the $50 Amazon gift card giveaway. All you got to do is like this video, be subscribed to my channel. We will be checking. And then enter giveaway in the comment section of this video. And either Thursday night or Friday morning, I'm going to pick a winner, and you're going to need to email me, and I'm going to email you that gift card. So make sure you enter this giveaway. Like I said, it's a $50 gift card giveaway. Also, give this video a thumbs up. Leave me your thoughts about Kody and Christine and what we're hearing. How he basically told her, I'm not attracted to you. And he says that one of his main grievances with Christine that turned him off, where he didn't want to be with her anymore, was that she was not a good sister wife because she would not be a mother to Robyn's children. What's your thoughts? Let me know in the comment section below. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye, everyone.